Our next guest is Gordon Innes. He's the CEO of London and Partners, the official promotional company for London. They promote London, attract businesses, events, congresses, students and visitors to the capital. So, hello, Gordon. How are you?
Very nice to meet you. Thank you.
Good. So can you tell us a little bit about London and Partners' function, just to start with?
Sure. So we were created back in 2011. We're a joint venture between the Mayor's Office and London Businesses, and we're a not-for-profit organisation. So our remit, as you said, is all about London's international economy. It's about helping businesses to scale up to internationalise. It's about attracting businesses into London. It's about attracting the congresses, the international students, and technology is a huge part of that. In the last few years in London, technology firms have been creating about 1 in 3 new jobs, so it's a huge part of our work.
So it's all about inbound?
It's inbound and outbound. So we also run a programme for companies that are rapidly scaling up, looking to internationalise and help them to internationalise their business through a international mentoring programme. So.
Perfect. So tell us about London as an attraction for entrepreneurs. How strong is the London brand on the international scene?
The London brand is just an incredible asset that we have as a country. London is the preeminent international business city.
Yeah.
It's got those incredible historic trading links. It's got access to financial markets. And of course, in the last 5, 6, 7 years, it's created one of the world's fastest growing and largest technology clusters. So it's the largest tech cluster in Europe, and that brand, the awareness of what London can offer as a tech cluster, is now becoming well known around the world. We were at South by Southwest this last week in Austin, Texas, talking about Americans who are coming over to help to build that cluster here in London and the impact that they're having, and the amount of the volume of companies coming into London to grow their tech businesses. So.
Okay, great. So it's all good news.
It's all good news. It's been a very positive few years.
Tell me about China. We seem to have a blossoming relationship with China, and I think many people think that's pretty important for us. Who particularly is it important to?
I think it's important to both the UK, London, and to China. If you look at the Chinese economy, the way it's moving from manufacturing to services to consumption, the UK, as the world's leading service economy, becomes a natural partner for China. If you look at the investment from Chinese companies into London, they're needing to internationalise, to globalise their brands. Mm-hmm. There is no better place to do that than through London. So whether that's financial services companies, whether that's consumer brand companies, mobile phone technology companies, they're looking to London, they're looking for partnerships here. It creates wealth, it creates jobs, it creates opportunities for us here in London, and we're seeing as a result of that investment rapidly increasing, but also trade doubling every 5 years between the two countries. So very, very strong relationship and very growing relationship.
Yeah, and there's plenty of room, obviously, for further growth because these markets are just embryonic for us.
Yeah, and China has moved up. It vies with India as the second, third largest source of investment, but still very significantly behind the United States.
So who are
growing very rapidly. So.
Okay, sorry. Who are going to be the big beneficiaries of improving relations with China?
So I think if you look at companies such as Tencent from China, from Shenzhen, they're very active here. They're collaborating with the games cluster in London, down in Guildford, in Brighton. They're looking for developers, they're looking for partnerships. That's great for those companies, that's taking their intellectual property internationally. It's a source of finance for those developers. So it's good for Tencent, it's good for the developers, and we're seeing that right across the piece. The Alibabas, the very active, big presence here. A number of the big Chinese players are people like Cocoon Networks now setting up an incubator and accelerator here, specifically to access the talent, the software engineering talent, the creative talent that we have in London.
Okay, so we need to keep that talent growing.
Absolutely. I mean, we really sell London on access to markets and the talent that we have here, the ability to both generate the world's best, most creative talent and to attract it into the city.
Okay, so which other countries are most important to London, in your opinion?
So if you look at a trading investment perspective, the United States is, and also tourism, other areas, the United States is still by far the largest. We attract the vast majority of US investment into Europe. We have a huge stock of US investment of companies here. But if you look at the S&P 500, the Forbes 500 list, 40% of the top 250 companies have set up a headquarter function in London. So we benefit massively from that, and the US is an incredibly important player. But India is a very important player, the world's fastest growing economy at the moment. We've just brought 20 Indian rapidly scaling up tech companies into London this week to see how London can support them, provide a boot camp to help them to globalize their business. So the emerging markets are very important, and of course Europe, right on our doorstep, a market of 500 million people. So
yeah. Okay. So I think we've got to leave it there, Gordon. Thanks for coming in and talking to us about London and Partners, so we understand the great job you're doing to bring people to our city.
It's great to
and our country.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.